Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. My name is Jeannie D.
And I'm Bonnie Boothie. Hope you had an incredible weekend. How was yours?
Just unbelievable. Now, I have to tell you, today I'm doing a little personal celebration of colour, culture, heritage, African pride.
Everything traditional today. Absolutely.
Because we're going to be speaking to one of South Africa's most celebrated designers. He is unbelievable and deserves every little bit of success that he is getting. But more on him later. You also have been taking a little trip around the country.
I've been exploring around Cape Town, looking for my best coffee spot. Anyone who knows me knows that before I have a cup of coffee, I have zero personality. But I did happen to find a few beautiful coffee spots in Cape Town. That's in our afternoon explorers section. And in the kitchen, we're joined by a chef and soon-to-be cookbook author, Hope Malau, and he's going to be making something quite spectacular. One of my favorite dishes. I'll give you a clue. How did the chicken cross the road?
Is it really one of your dishes?
It is really one of my dishes.
I'm going to be learning how to make it, and I'm a little bit freaked out, but I'm guessing it's to get to the other side on his feet.
Absolutely. Joining us today is Laduma Ngxokolo, who is the founder of one of South Africa's most internationally showcased fashion brands, Ngxokolo by Laduma. In 2014, he was awarded Africa's Fashion International Emerging Designer of the Year award.
And in 2016, he won the prestigious Design Indaba's Most Beautiful Object in South Africa award for one of his designs. Now, through his traditional Xhosa-inspired designs, he truly is an ambassador for his culture and heritage.
Ndaxelelwa ukuba mandibe lilizwi kwabo bangakwazi uzithethela. Ndafunda ubalikhakha ndibe noqiniseka kuzo zonke iziphumo ezenzekayo. Ndiqiniseke kwizwi endilithethayo. Ndiqhayise ngembilini unulutho kwabaphezulu kuwe. Yiba sisithunywa sesithethe. Nenkcubeko yakho. Ndiyindoda yekamva eliphambi kwethu. Kwaye esi sisinxibo esithetha ngam.
Oh, wow, we are just beyond obsessed with you.
Absolutely. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you so much.
So,
pleasure to be here.
I mean, watching that short film was just unbelievable. And I have to know from my own ignorance, you went for your initiation. And through that process, you kind of visualized or saw an idea that inspired this collection. Now, you have to make me understand, through that pain and what you're going through, I would have thought fashion would be the last thing on anybody's mind.
Actually, this film we made 3 years ago in Cape Town with a few friends of mine. But when I established my knitwear brand heritage idea was when I was doing my 4th year course at the NMMU University in Port Elizabeth. And I went through the thought of when I was a Xhosa initiate as well.
Okay.
I won't share the sacred part, but the dress code that we wear as Xhosa initiate, for myself personally, felt too Western, so I wanted to Africanize it and make it Xhosa and more relevant, and make it economic and integrate some economic sense as well.
Absolutely. And now it's that month of the year where we're soon going to celebrate Mother's Day, and I think this is the perfect moment to be asking you this question. One of the gifts that your mom passed down to you was to teach you how to knit on a knitting machine. So and what did that feel like when she was teaching you? Did you feel like something special was happening?
I have a few memories about it because it happened 15 years ago. I'm 30 now, so she passed away, unfortunately, when I was 16. But through 1 or 2 months that I learned from her, I practiced and stopped playing outside with the other kids and had passion for knitwear. And also, she also used to teach us about Xhosa anthropology as well. So even though we didn't get schooling, academic schooling about it, I had in-depth knowledge of what the patterns are, what the beadwork is, and the whole history.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that something to do with you calling it my heritage, my inheritance, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, when I made this film in 2013, that was second collection of my work, and my mother loved Paris so much. In fact, I got invited to showcase that collection that I did that year in Paris. So that's why I dedicated it to her, because I sort of feel like I'm living her dream, because she was a knitwear designer as well.
Wow.
Back in the 80s.
Now, you know, they usually say don't mix business with your friends and family, or don't do business with your friends and family. But you've kind of set it up with family members to empower them as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that working out? Because it seems to be, I mean, you've got such extraordinary vision for your brand.
Yeah.
And it's doing so well. And that is because of good management, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the whole not doing business with family ideology is very South African.
Yeah.
I've been to Italy a lot of times. 60% of successful businesses there are run by families.
Family.
Yeah.
And for myself, I've got more homogeneity with my family.
Yeah.
And when I went to live in the UK for 2 years studying, my siblings took care of my business, and they opened up a shop in Johannesburg, which we still have now, and did production, and I taught them everything, so that if something would cripple me in my career, they'll be able to take care of it.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
And I mean, who shouldn't you trust in your life more than your family?
Yeah,
It just makes so much sense.
But you're so absolutely right. It is a very South African ideology to not work with your family.
Yeah.
I think we need a bit of healing where that's
A bit of
concerned.
trust.
But you're obviously quite a visionary, and you decided to outsource the production to another company. I mean,
Yeah.
what does it take for one to have such an explosive idea like your own, and trust your instinct, and be able to discern who to partner with?
Yeah, as you say, instincts is very important. When I initially did my production, I used to do it myself. And the only capacity that I had was to make 1 jersey per week, which is 4 jerseys a month.
Yeah.
Of course, that was enough for that demand, because I only had 3 clients in PE. Moved to Cape Town, and then hundreds of people wanted jerseys. So I had to outsource. And I sourced raw material from Port Elizabeth, and I built a relationship with suppliers, with manufacturers, and knitwear production is quite a long chain. So I have to get the dyeing house to dye precisely the colors, which I've been doing for 5 years, and they have to make it to the finest that I want. So I have to monitor the whole process.
Yeah, micromanage everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But now you've also extended from clothing to homeware, socks. I mean, when I was looking at it, I was just thinking, I would kill for carpets and cushions in my home. I mean, how beautiful. How did the idea to extend come about as well?
I'm actually trained as a textile designer.
Yeah.
I didn't really do fashion design, but the course that I did at NMMU also integrated fashion. So with pattern design, one can take a pattern and put it on a coffee cup, you can put it on a chair, on a wall, as wallpaper. So I saw that idea initially, and of course I wanted to expand it organically, so that each and every product that I put it on shares the same brand aspiration as my knitwear.
Yeah, well, it's incredible. And not only we love it, but the rest of the world loves it as well.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be chatting to you a little bit later about more on that. Now, as far as social media goes, we've asked you, we want to know, should cultural practices stay traditional, or is it fair to expect a culture to modernize with the times? And we asked you what you had to say. Do you want to go with that?
Yeah, of course. Bongani Bongi Ngxokolo says, in my own opinion, they should stay cultural, because the minute we modernize it, it's going to lose its meaning or purpose. And Lindell Walker says it should stay traditional because it's in our culture to keep tradition alive. And God says your tradition should stay the same. Nothing should change because you're born with that culture. Thank you so much for your comments, guys. More with Laduma coming up after the break. Plus, we have a fashion show of his work later, so stick around, don't go away.
Go, yo, Anga, Carlene, where you at?
Let's go to the island, stand together, you and me. We can win this million. we're gonna find treasure by the
Yeah.
The Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles theme song performed by MT, Ngxokolo and Carleen van Jasveld is available for you for download. It's on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Proceeds from the song will be donated to Chuck. You can also win big when you buy Tropica. Simply follow the entry details on your Tropica bottle and find the T's and C's at tropica.co.za.
Ain't nothing smoother.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're back on the couch with Laduma. He's a national treasure, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, your first time that you showed at South African Fashion Week in Johannesburg, you got a standing ovation, which is kind of unheard for somebody, you know, doing their maiden show. What did that feel like for you? Because, I mean, you must have been quite apprehensive to show your art, really, to the country for the first time.
Actually, it was quite awkward for me because I never been to Joburg at that time, and I didn't know what actually happened within the fashion grounds. I only knew what I saw virtually online. When I realized that there were a few people that loved and bought my stuff, I was super overwhelmed, you know, because before I went to Joburg, I went Amsterdam and various other countries and sold my stuff there. But I never knew what the response of South Africans would be. So when I had that, it was one of my best moments.
Yeah.
Wow. Now your designs, I find, you know, like many African prints, are very vibrant and very colourful. But you've managed to insert a sense of minimalism into it? How did you actually achieve that? Because it's easy to just let go and let it go wild and bright and bizarre.
I must say I had a good textile design teacher in high school, because I started pattern design when I was in grade 8 in Lawson Brown in PE. So I trained my eye to design in a systematic way, considering line, space, volume. So I designed with that thought in mind, with how someone would read a pattern and how they would perceive it. So I minimalize where I can and go over the top where I can as well. Yeah.
Your vision is extraordinary, but I mean, when Paris, Tokyo, London, New York, did you ever anticipate that the whole world would be loving your stuff? I mean, let's talk about that Beyonce comment.
Actually, I did anticipate initially, but I didn't know how hard it would have been to do it. If I knew, I don't think I would have.
Really?
Because it's a lot of hard work, you know, like making fabric.
Yeah, but you're 30 years old. Think of where you're going to be when you're 40. Oh, my goodness.
It's a very intense job, especially when I had to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Being a designer was easy, and it's still easy. But being an entrepreneur is one of the most hardest thing ever.
But you know what? We interviewed a guy who's a billionaire, and he said to us, "You're born an entrepreneur." It's something like when you've got a musical gift, you can't teach somebody that gift. Entrepreneurship is a gift, and you absolutely have it from what we can see. We think you're going to be the next Mazzoni.
Absolutely. But now, what was it about producing locally that was very important for you? And I mean, it would probably be easier and even cheaper to just, produce abroad.
Actually, it's more expensive, especially with the raw material that I use. I use South African mohair and wool, and fortunately, Port Elizabeth is the mohair capital, is the biggest wool mohair trader in the world, and we've got the biggest wool trading hub in Africa. So I had an advantage of using that resource and not import it with a duty fee included and shipping.
Yeah.
And I wanted to produce locally so that the brand ideology would make sense to someone that's traveling to the country, that want to buy a souvenir. And for South Africans that want to travel abroad and wear something that speaks a South African language and also made in South Africa.
Yeah, I mean, there's a strong social consciousness in your brand ideology, and that comes across so much so that it's now extended to an educational endeavor with Black Coffee and Nelson Makamo. You guys are starting a fashion, music and art academy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was quite a random idea that we had together, because we were not initially working on that. When we all met, we were working on a secret project for Black Coffee, but when I shared my vision with Black Coffee and Nelson Makamo, they said that they also had the same thing in mind. I was visioning 2019.
Wow.
Because with the experience that I had when I did my master's course in London, I thought that South African design education needs to be a little bit better, because the things that I've achieved and done, most of them, I did them at home because my late mother taught me, and the circumstances that I went through taught me that, but not each and every South African has that privilege. So Black Coffee as well, as you know, aspirational DJ who in his way has achieved a lot of things through.
He's killing it overseas.
His experience, you know. So so we thought, let's come together and project 2019 launch of a higher education institution where we can take special talent and mentor them to become global, whatever.
Competitors, absolutely. And any advice that you have out there for growing and aspiring creatives?
What I always say, two most important factors is that education can take you beyond what you even imagined or expected to achieve out of your career. You know, I saw that with myself and various other South Africans that were liberated through education.
Yeah.
And also hard work. If you don't have hard work ethics, the education is useless, or the knowledge that you have is useless, because talent can be beaten by hard work if a hard-working person doesn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you certainly are a great mentor and you know, an inspiration for that.
Very inspiring. Thank you so much, Laduma.
So we're asking you online, we want to know, should cultural practices stay traditional, or is it fair to expect a culture to modernize with the times? So then let's see what we've got. Mongani says, in my own opinion, they should stay cultural, because the minute we modernize it, it's going to lose its meaning or purposes. Then Notorious Nicholas Mabelane says, modernize it so that generations of today can relate, otherwise they won't be interested. Yeah. And Garth says your traditions should stay the same, nothing should change, because you're born with that culture. Thank you so much, Garth. And thank you so much to everyone else for your comments. Now, we couldn't invite a renowned designer here without checking out some of his work. So that's coming up a little bit later after the break.
Mums know all about crazy moments, busy days and sleepless nights. But there are also beautiful moments between moms and their children which make for precious memories. You could win tickets to a Lindor high tea with your mom at one of 6 luxurious venues around SA in a region of your choice when you share a hashtag blissful moment on the Afternoon Express Facebook page. Treat yourself and your mom and share your hashtag blissful moment now to win with Lindor and Afternoon Express.
Lindor from Lind.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express live on SABC3. As mentioned before the break, Laduma has brought along some of his garments to showcase, and we can't wait, so take it away.
Oh, wow.
That's beautiful.
That is perfect.
I saw this at this year's Fashion Week. It was absolutely outstanding.
Take us through this piece.
Basically, this is all the pieces are from my Autumn-Winter 2017.
Yeah.
So what I did with this collection, I took patterns from my 5 years of Maxhosa and documented a 5-year experience of Maxhosa. So this is a pattern for my Spring-Summer 17, which is a pattern that I took off from Isikangi, which is a beadwork piece that Xhosa people wear around the neck.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah. And I love those socks, they're so adorable.
Yeah, the socks are the same pattern as the garment as well.
Yeah. The
colours are just so vibrant. I love that dress. I think it's so amazing how you've taken exactly what Bonnie said just now. It's almost simple, but it's yet so busy at the same time. It makes it so wearable.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this particular look, that top design of the crew neck is a traditional design which I did in 2014, which stood out and sold very well. So when I selected some of the pieces to redo, but in a fresh type of way, I looked at the ones that sold very well and also were well received in terms of the color combinations. So that one was from a design which I call KwaXhosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the pattern that you see in front is sort of
And what inspired those tassels along the side of the seams of the pants?
The pins, I took that off anthropology images that I've seen from a book called The African Elegance. Yeah, so I did it in a modern way.
Wow. Speaking about African elegance, what I'm really excited about is the minute international people start getting more and more interested when they try and pronounce all of the words behind the inspiration.
Actually, even the word Maxhosa is very difficult for a lot of people to pronounce, but it makes it more interactive.
It is.
When I describe it to them and they get the brand experience.
Yeah. Have you found people trying to imitate or copy your designs?
I wouldn't say really imitate or copy. I think people get more influenced. I do look at a lot of inspiration as well globally, but I make sure that I don't get influenced, because if I get influenced, I will live on whoever's influenced me, on their shadow. So when I try to market what I do, I will always be known as the Misoni. My patterns, my work doesn't look like Misoni, but it is received the same way. You know? People can see the distinctive difference between the two.
Absolutely.
So people, of course, do take some of my patterns and modify and use them, but
well, you are incredible.
It doesn't worry me much.
It doesn't worry you much because you're way ahead of the game.
Thank you so much for coming through to the show. We've loved having you, and we wish you all of the best and blessings for your future and all of your future endeavours.
Now, we've heard and seen the great work Laduma does to provide opportunities for the youth. And talking of opportunities, Cape Town is regularly featured on top international travel lists and attracts tourists from all corners of the globe.
For us to keep up with this trend, the tourism industry needs to innovate and grow, and Ngxoko's brand new City Bowl hotels do just that. We went behind the scenes.
You know, Ngxokolo, we continuously looking for opportunities. The chance came along to get hold of this site in downtown Cape Town. It was the old Tulip Hotel, bit of a derelict building in the bottom of town. Yeah, and I'm very excited about it. It's the first large-scale new build in this part of town in many, many years. 504 rooms all in. It's going to be a very exciting product for the tourism industry in Cape Town.
I think what's very good about this hotel is it's offering a differentiated product, and a product that's in great demand in Cape Town. So the perception in the market is very much that Cape Town only has 4- and 5-star products, and that's not the case. And I think it's very important that we actually provide opportunities for people in the 3- and 2-star market to actually access Cape Town.
And by bringing in value-added products like the Stay Easy and the Ngxokolo product, what you're allowing us to do now is cater for another end of the market, and therefore making Cape Town accessible through tourism. And the other thing of what's important for us is that this creates jobs. I mean, there's people from where I'm from, Mitchell's Plain, that has now been given opportunities to come and work in the industry, and who knows, one of them may become the CEO of Cape Town Tourism one day.
The important thing about tourism is volume. I mean, Cape Town has now reached 10 million visitors a year through its airport. South African tourism has been growing very strongly. We think in our product here we've got a really unique offering in that it is an economy hotel, but it's got style. It's got a bit of flair to it. It's got character. It's in a character-filled portion of the town, and that's going to appeal to a different segment of the market that we don't necessarily cater for in our 4- and 5-star product.
First thing, it's a brand new hotel and about the most accessible central location that you can possibly get in Cape Town, visible from everywhere, easy access from any of the freeways around. And then from where we're standing, this is going to be the bar. We're going to call it Crush. And once it's open, it's probably going to have the best, I would say not 360, but 290-degree views of Cape Town. The harbour, Signal Hill, Lion's Head, Table Mountain, Cape Town Stadium. So it's going to be quite something, yes.
The views from up there is amazing, and once it's kitted out, I'll be honest with you, it's going to be difficult for me to actually leave the CBD on a Friday afternoon, because that's where I'll be hanging out.
You've got to be innovative. You've got to deal with new technologies in your hotels. You've got to deal with understanding what customers want and how they want to access these type of facilities. And this is a great example for us of bringing a new style of product into the city. We're very excited about it.
The big thing is this is the first time I'm opening a hotel from scratch. I mean, I've done refurbishments, I've run hotel, but this is the first time to do it from construction, brand new upwards. What I hope to achieve is, firstly, I get to pick my own team. So I'm going to have the best team in any hotel in Cape Town.
Well, with Mother's Day fast approaching, maybe a holiday in Cape Town is the perfect gift. Now, speaking of Mother's Day, we've been asking you all to share your most blissful moments that you've shared with your mum, and there have been some incredible memories shared. But here are two of our favorites that we'd like to share. Firstly, Lasejo Sefularo says, my hashtag blissful moment with my mum was on New Year's Day in 2017, and we went to a beautiful resort in Hartbeespoort where we reconnected, shared memories, and wined and dined together. And my mom is always there for us, her children, and since my father's passing, we grew closer and became the best of friends. She is my rock. Well, thank you so much. And then from Beulah Molefe, she says the hashtag blissful moment she has with her mom is every day that goes by. We have the same personality and we tend to always clash, but when we get along, it's a bond that can never be broken. Throughout the good times and the bad, there's no one quite like her Mama Bear. Well, thank you so much for your comment. Now, remember, when you share your hashtag blissful moment with us on the Afternoon Express Facebook page, you stand a chance to win 2 tickets to a luxurious Linde or high tea at one of 6 beautiful hotels around South Africa. So make sure you share and you enter. But to secure your chances of attending one of these luxurious Linde or high teas, visit afternoonexpress.co.za for a list of the venues and details how to purchase tickets. You do not want to miss the chance to spoil your mum this Mother's Day. We'll be right back after this.
Make Mother's Day blissful. Linde from Lindt.
Thank you so much for joining us back on Afternoon Express live on SABC3. As we saw before the break, the city of Cape Town is bustling with new developments and hotspots to visit. So combining that with my love for coffee, in today's Afternoon Explorers, I set out to find the hottest coffee spot in the mother city. Are as wonderful as taking a walk on a fresh sunny morning and smelling the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. Something that's become quite synonymous with the city of Cape Town. Coffee culture has grown exponentially in the past couple of years in Cape Town, with roasteries and coffee shops popping up at almost every corner. I'm out to try a few of the more unique roasteries this morning for myself and get my caffeine fix for the month while I'm at it. Renato, this is definitely among some of the best coffee that I've tasted. How did the Espresso Lab come about?
Actually, by circumstance, my wife being Swedish took me to a trip to Scandinavia, and by being there, we were able to visit one of the top quality roasteries in Norway and tasted some of the most exquisite coffees. What we wanted to do is bring it back to South Africa. We felt that the specialty coffee market really hadn't kicked off. With filter coffee, generally it's all about mass immersion of a lot of water going over the coffee ground. So we want to do a very slow process. Coffee I'll be brewing for you today, it's a naturally processed coffee. I've pre-ground a sample for you, and I'll be brewing it on the SP9. The basic premise of how the machine works is that you have a cone filter. You put the filter paper in. So it's going to draw water from a water source at a set temperature, and then draw it up into this cylinder here, and then pulse the water down over onto the coffee. It has a beautiful amber coloration, so that means that the roasting process has been actually quite light, and yeah, it's ready for you to enjoy.
Very fruity. While there's no science to making the perfect cup of coffee, Espresso Lab comes pretty close with their meticulous attention to detail. So Glyn, Haas has decided to bring in Black Insomnia, which is considered the strongest coffee in the world. Why is that?
I think quite a few factors. I mean, the fact that it's Ugandan and Brazilian beans and it's roasted in a certain way to obviously give that caffeine kick. We wanted to give our consumers something different. So it is quite a novel thing, but people absolutely love it. It's got about 6.3% more caffeine than the previous successor. To make sense of the caffeine content of Black Insomnia, the average intake per person per day is probably between 400 and 600 milligrams of caffeine. Black Insomnia is about 703 milligrams. Some people say that if you drink it with milk, it's almost like hugging your granny, but with a kick. Is there a particular way in which Haas brews their coffee which makes it stand out from the rest? So the recommended way would probably be espresso. We do espresso with an extraction rate of 25 seconds, so that's how long the coffee actually runs through the machine. You'll see that it's quite syrupy. We call it black oil, so it's that rich syrupy type of texture that it has. We make sure that the head of the coffee is very creamy, so you need to see that creamery coming through that's lying on top of the coffee. So this is a shot of the Black Insomnia.
If you're looking for a caffeine kick that'll last you till next week, Haas has the perfect answer, serving what is officially known as the strongest coffee in the world.
You must have had quite a caffeine kick after filming that.
I drink so much coffee, I don't even get a kick anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love a good coffee, but it has to be a good one.
It has to be beautiful. But I mean, we're so spoiled for choice.
I know. I hardly ever drink coffee because I don't drink milk. When I do drink one, it's got to be... Nah.
And you know what they say? They say good coffee doesn't need milk or sugar.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to actually just taste the beans and all the flavour nuances. Oh, look at you. What's your favourite coffee spot?
My own home.
Your own home? Yeah. Do you have a
I've got one of those little machines, yeah.
Oh.
Just push the button.
Oh, okay. You gestured to this, making it look like you actually
no,
do it
I don't have
manually.
one of those fancy ones. I literally just do that and, yeah.
So talking about getting the morning started on the right foot, we all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and that's how you start your morning often sets the tone for the rest of your day. We heard about a 16-seater breakfast blend bike at Danilo's old high school, St. Stithians College in Joburg, which is basically a giant bicycle that 16 people can sit on that serves breakfast. We had to go find out what it means to start the day happy.
So today we brought the 16-seater Thrive breakfast bike out to St. Stithians Rugby Festival. It's a great day out for family and friends who enjoy an active lifestyle to get onto our bike, enjoy a fun ride out whilst blending their own delicious Thrive smoothie.
Man alive, that's why it's called a festival, because it is festive. The vibe here is absolutely phenomenal. The cereal itself, I didn't even know was going to be here. I've never tasted it before. It could possibly be the most amazing thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Thrive is a high-protein multi-grain breakfast cereal. Quick, convenient, on the go. So hence why we brought it here today. How else to start your day happy than on the bike with the multi-grain, high-protein, delicious cereal.
I was on the bicycle, I had to blend it myself, which was super rad. The smoothie is delicious. Usually when I wake up in the morning, if I had to have a smoothie, it would be quite healthy. But because this is a festival and I'm here to have fun, I chucked a whole bunch of sugar into it as well. It was delicious.
It's been so much fun. Seeing the school kids and their spirit takes me back to my school days many years ago. I've just had a smoothie. I'll probably go back for seconds. It was absolutely awesome. Not too sweet and a bit of crunch, which I really like. My tricks for starting the day happy is a little bit of exercise, obviously some breakfast, time with my kids, and definitely coffee from my husband.
I've tasted the strawberry flavor. I really loved it. So I was happy to know that I'm having a healthy cereal that tastes absolutely divine.
I did have one of the smoothies and it was really fully flavored, and it was just a nice way to incorporate a lot of the almonds that I like to have in my smoothies and with the fruits, and then it just mixes it all together really nicely.
The vibe is amazing. Everyone is young. There's just so much to explore, so much to taste, and so many smoothies to get, you know? So I love the energy more than anything else, and you get to watch the boys play rugby. My top tips to starting your day happy: number one, look at yourself in the mirror, say you're amazing, jog if time allows you, and do push-ups.
Eat breakfast like a king to ensure that you're healthy during the day, you're on top of your game, and include fruits, include nuts.
I also love starting with some exercise, whether it be going to gym, some yoga, Pilates, anything like that. Whatever your exercise preference is, I think that always just gets you feeling like rejuvenated and ready for the day.
Get up, go, understand that every moment you live in, you're in the here, you're now, go for it. Just embrace life for everything that it has.
I mean, what an absolutely brilliant idea. And can I tell you why? Because I've often thought of the concept of if I want to eat something like a cupcake or a slice of cake or an ice cream, if I do it on the treadmill, does that counter the calories that I'm going to be taking in? I mean, I'm being serious. a little power walk while you're dishing your... I think it's an amazing idea.
Absolutely.
I would totally do that.
Absolutely. But everyone there looks so bright and chirpy so early in the morning.
It's because they're exercising and
they're
getting
eating
in their food.
and they're exercising. What's your favorite breakfast meal?
So I'm a stickler for having breakfast and exercising in the morning. It sets the tone of my day, and it really is my routine, which I need. So I just have eggs and spinach in the morning.
Really? What a bizarre breakfast. Maybe mine's a little bit bizarre
What's
as well.
yours?
It's a cup of coffee, obviously,
Yeah.
a spoon of chia seeds, and a couple of supplements.
So just supplements and seeds. You're like a little forky. Speaking about forkies...
Coming up after the break, guest chef and cookbook author Hope Malau cooks us something truly traditional and maybe on the edge of many people's comfort zones. You don't want to miss this.
Start the day happy with Thrive.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, it wouldn't be this fabulous show if we didn't have some fine action in the kitchen. And with us, we have chef and cookbook author, Hope Malau. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for inviting me.
Firstly, congratulations on this stunning, stunning cookbook. But let's go to the beginning. Where did your love of cooking come from?
Man, it's way, way back when I was still a little kid, when my dad took me to his work. He used to be an administrator at a mine kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So he took me to work, and then I saw these big guys in the kitchen wearing chef's whites, and they made me this perfect breakfast of sunny-side up eggs.
Yeah.
And from there, I was like, I want to do that.
Well, you know what they say, don't ever trust a skinny chef.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of skinny chefs that come in here, and they're actually really, really good. But now this cookbook is focused on traditional food, no?
It's actually what I grew up with.
Yeah.
And because I come from a small township called Klerksdorp, and it's a lot of cultures, and they're all put in one place. And every time maybe I'll go and play with my friend next door, and probably they're closer, I would get to, while probably they'll be cooking lunch or whatever, I'll have a snack there, and then I'll get to experience that.
Yeah.
And as well, maybe going to crèche, we'll experience another type of food. And from there, I just put everything into one book. And yeah, seems to be doing well.
How long did it take to put together all of your favorite recipes for the book?
It takes, actually, I would say it took a long time, because every time when I was busy writing the book, I was like, wow, I remember, I used to have that. Then I would write it. Actually, I had a lot of sleepless nights, because I had to think while I was busy sleeping, and I would just wake up, start writing, and then as I'm sleeping, I would wake up again, start writing again. So I would go to work tired, but then...
Well, that's a sign that you were truly inspired,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
So now tell us about the name. Where did that come from?
John 14. Okay, John 14 is a Bible scripture. John 14. In Sotho is Johanne. But in the township slang, John 14 is a head of cabbage.
Yeah.
And a cabbage, you can do anything with it. It's second to pap, you know, like the best thing that you can ever do. So John 14, you can the cabbage, you can fry it, you can boil it, you can do anything with it. So with it, anything can happen. You know, you have a full meal. So that's the reason why I called it John 14, because with my book, I believe that, your heart won't be troubled.
Now, I've got to tell you a little secret. Bonnie is determined to get me to marry a black man. So today, you're going to treat me something that's very close to your heart. What are we making today?
Okay, I'm doing one of my recipes from my book, and it's chicken feet, walkie-talkies,
Okay, let's do this.
All right.
I'm excited to learn. Can I actually tell you, when I was growing up with a very traditional Portuguese family, we used to keep chickens in our garden.
Okay.
And whenever, my dad wanted to make chicken, he'd go out with the panga, and we'd have chicken for dinner that night. It's a true story, I swear. Okay, so how do we get started with this interesting recipe?
All right, so I'm going to do a barbecue sauce for the basting for the feet. So I'm going to fry my onions with oil in there. So, and then...
What's in there? Red onion?
Yeah.
Okay, and what
Red
else?
Onion with
a little bit of oil.
A little bit of oil.
Okay.
So we fry it for a while in there. So when it's translucent, we're going to add some garlic. Could you
I
hand
can
me
help you,
that?
of course. Of course, there's got to be garlic.
Yep.
I'll throw that all in there. I'm a really good help in the kitchen, by the way.
And then
I'm a
give
shocking
me...
cook, but I'm a great help. Okay, then what else do you need?
And then give me the chili.
Okay.
All right.
There you go, chili's in. I like that you're using a lot of chili. We had Jay something here the other day, and I was layering in the chili, and he was freaking out. I was like, calm down, we like a bit of a bite. Mustn't be scared. What else do you need?
All right, and then give me the tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce, 36 tomatoes in there.
All right.
And that's obviously to sweeten it up a little bit.
And then... I mean, as us as South Africans, we like sweet stuff, you know?
Yeah, but flavorful as well.
Yeah.
I like a lot of flavor.
Okay.
What else do you need?
Give me some sugar.
Okay,
All
sugar.
Right. Sugar. Okay. And then can I get Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not joking.
There you
I'm
go.
not joking.
Why do you throw that in? What does it give you?
It adds another dimension to the sauce. It gives it that wholesome, you know.
It just gives your sauce a lot of body.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Next
then
up.
from there, give me the stalk.
There you go.
Okay.
And what else?
And I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon. Let me just cut it up for you. Oh, you can.
Yeah, I told you. Kitchen pro.
Okay.
No.
Let's just squeeze a little bit of lemon in there for a bite, and then we're cool. So we're gonna let this boil very quickly.
Okay, is that on? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is on. Okay, so while that is boiling, we're gonna do our chicken feet. All right.
Okay.
So, look at that.
So now, where did you buy these and how were they prepared? You get them at like any butcher?
Not any butcher.
Okay.
Special butchers.
Okay.
Butchers, I would say township vibe.
Okay.
They would have this.
Yeah,
okay?
I've been to Soweto before and I've seen them.
Yeah.
Okay, but now how do you make them like that? Because surely there's claws on and stuff. How do you prepare it?
So when you get it, you see the skin is on, right?
Okay.
So you put it in warm water for the skin
Yeah.
to actually bubble off, and then you just start peeling it off.
Does the skin come off quite easily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you cut the nails off or what?
Yeah. You give it a little bit of a manicure.
Okay, well, thank goodness you've already done that already because I'm not fabulous at giving manicures. Not never been my thing.
All right, so you're gonna put them there.
I mean, what does it taste like? Does it taste like chicken?
You'll taste one just now.
I was asking
you just
you
have
to
to try
prevent
one.
myself from having to taste
You just have to taste one, okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's just put it on over high heat a little bit.
So do you know, when I heard that you were coming and you were going to make this, I did a little bit of research beforehand.
Okay.
And I actually read that chicken feet has an immense amount of collagen in it. Which, you know, is amazing for anti-aging. So as much as I didn't want to taste one, I think I'm going to have to be forced to just because, well, we're not getting old on this show. We're going to stay young forever.
All right.
So how long do you grill that for?
So, yeah, because there's not much of meat or bone here. So we just need a little bit of color. From there, we start basting it. For about 10 minutes, 8 minutes, we'll be done.
Okay, fantastic.
Cool.
Now, would you be able to put this on a braai at home just to make it extra traditional?
Actually, that's the new thing right now.
Yeah.
Every street corner in the Kasi, there's somebody who's buying chicken feet.
Okay, well, there you go. Afternoon Express bringing a kasi to you. So let's have a look and see what the final product looks like.
All right. So,
this is Bonnie's favorite thing ever. Oh, wow, look at that. How often would you eat this? Is it protein, collagen?
Man, as I say, every street corner has a braai stand, and whenever I see somebody braaiing, that would buy 2 or 3, and it's very cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about...
Perfect. Sounds like a perfect dinner.
Yeah.
Should we invite Bonnie and Laduma in to come and sample?
Come on, Laduma, we put you a great
Don't run
meal.
away.
You said this is your favorite.
Listen, the whole secret to black don't crack is this collagen.
No, I know. If that is the secret. Is that the secret?
Well, I think so, and many other things, but... if you guys don't get some, I'm going to leave with this whole plate.
Okay.
No, we're going to get some.
Are you going to taste it? I actually want to see you do it.
Yeah, of course I'm
I'm
going
waiting
to.
for that, actually.
Okay, now which part do I eat first?
The middle part, this little
the middle
juicy
part is the
middle
best.
part.
Show me, show me.
So you just bury your lips in that middle part and you just go...
Okay. It tastes like chicken. There's like... I mean,
chicken and collagen.
Chicken and collagen. It tastes like forever young.
And the sauce is good, right?
The sauce is fantastic.
The sauce is amazing.
Cool, cool.
Laduma, thank you so much for coming through. Best of luck on your future endeavours. You are amazing. We are obsessed with you, just as much as we're now obsessed with chicken.
Congratulations on your book. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Happy eating!
Good night. Oh, wow.
Join the Afternoon Express cook-along tomorrow with comedian Shimmy Isaacs as we make spicy chicken and lentil soup with gremolata. Visit afternoonexpress.co.za for the recipe and ingredient list and cook along with us live at 4 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.